Hello, this is Tristan Smith, and this is my focus presentation for the History 111 class. And I chose my topic to be on the philosophers of the Classical Greek period. First, I'd like to talk about Western philosophy and what that means. Western philosophy is the philosophical tradition of the Western world that originated in ancient Greece. It implores people to put their focus on rational thinking, logical reasoning, and proper debating on subjects like metaphysics, which is the study of existence and of our reality. It also focuses on epistemology, which is simply the study of knowledge and how we know and understand things, as well as the nature of truth and the possibility of objective truth. The three most influential figures behind the classical Greek philosophical period would be Socrates, who is considered to be the father of Western philosophy, followed by Plato, who was one of Socrates' students and also one of his biggest admirers. Lastly, the third of the great philosophers is Aristotle, who was also the student of Plato. So it's kind of like a stair-step thing, which I think is pretty cool. Together, these masters and students turned masters laid the foundation for Western thought and critical thinking. Socrates was born in 470 BCE in Athens, Greece, and died at the age of 71 in 399 BCE. Although he did not write anything, he is widely recognized as the father of Western philosophy and is recognized for his contributions to society through his Socratic method. The Socratic method wasn't the traditional lecture style of teaching, but rather a technique that he used wherein he would ask students a series of questions that helped them gain a more in-depth understanding of the topic at hand. The method required a back-and-forth approach between student and teacher and student to student that encouraged critical thinking and engagement in the topic compared to students only listening to their teacher. The accounts we have on Socrates was based on the writings of his students Plato and Xenophon, don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, who describe him as being a man of great insight and a man of great integrity. At the age of 71, he was called to trial and accused of impiety and corrupting the youth with his, I guess what he was trying to put across about the world around them and the current state of the Greek government. Instead of renouncing his beliefs, he chose to die by hemlock poisoning, and even while in jail, he refused the help from others to escape and willingly took his punishment. Today, he is still seen as the model of integrity and has even influenced revolutionary figures such as Martin Luther King Jr. and also Benjamin Franklin. Next, we have Plato, who is considered one of his best pupils, who gave many written accounts on Socrates, as well as other influential works such as The Republic, which stated his personal theories on justice and the ideal state. Plato was born in 428 BCE in Athens, Greece, and died in 348 BCE. He contributed to Western philosophy at large with his establishing of the Academy, which was the first institution where individuals could experience a higher form of learning. He is also responsible for creating the theory of forms. In his work, The Republic, he discussed utopian societies that even today make us consider the nature of an ideal government as well as social structure. His writings on justice and governance are still studied today to better understand the foundations of Western political thought. And lastly, we have Aristotle. I brought out my Rembrandt and put it on the buffet behind me for the video, one of my personal favorites. Aristotle is the final philosopher of the three great masters, being a student of Plato, the last on the stair step. He was born in 384 BCE in Stagira, Greece, and died in 322 in Chalcis, Hiaboa. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all. Aristotle made significant contributions to many different fields, as well as establishing the Peripatetic school of philosophy in Athens. His greatest contribution to society is considered to be his founding of formal logic, which gives the first systematic framework for correct reasoning through the development of syllogism. Syllogism is a type of argument that focuses on using deductive reasoning to find conclusions from two premises. He saw this systematic reasoning as a tool to acquiring knowledge, and the principles he established were the main form of Western logic for centuries. Some of his famous works include the Nicomachean Ethics, which explore virtue and happiness as a means to a good and fruitful life. This work served as a guide for well-mannered behavior and the pursuit of a good life. All in all, these three men established the foundational concepts in critical thinking, ethics, and political theory. All believed in the betterment of oneself through knowledge and the effect it can have on not only the personal self, but on society as a whole. They all believed in the power of reasoning, and each sought to understand the concepts of living a virtuous life. Though their methods differed from each other, all wanted to achieve similar goals for not only themselves, but for humanity as a whole. I have included my works cited. I will not forget that this time, and I will make sure that's turned in right. Thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a good day.